Good day, everybody. Matthew from Captive Audience Comics here. Today we have another CGC unboxing of books that just came back from a recent submission. Now, interesting thing with this particular box is it's way taller than they normally are. I don't 100% know why, but I probably can't even show you on camera. But so this is like your sort of standard box, right? This box is taller. This line here, where a normal box would be, I have a giant header on top. And frankly, I don't know why. We're going to find out. I wonder if it has to do with some pre-screens that we sent. And the pre-screens came back. Like there was a couple of pre-screens that didn't meet the cutoff. And I wonder if what they've done is they've just wrapped them on top and put them on top. So we're going to find out in a second here, okay? Now, while I'm doing this, I will tell you about my pre-screen experience. So we bought 150 copies of New Mutants #1. They were a distributor's pack. So, you know, it was the whole thing. And we did a pre-screen of ourselves on there. And they basically, in our opinion, split down to about a third, a third of a third, 9 4s, 9 6s, 9 8s. Now, of course, we're talking about after pressing to get rid of any, you know, bends and indents and whatever. Little corner wobbles, okay? And so we sent in 15 on a 9.8 pre-screen. And we got pretty good results. We got 12 of them went through 9.8. 3 of them said they failed. Now, of the 3 that they said failed, I mean, I bet that if we sent them back, you know, flip a coin to get 9/8 next time around. So who knows? Maybe we send them in. Maybe we just send them with the next batch of pre-screens, but we'll see. Now, so it looks like what happened is they couldn't fit everything side by side inside because they used the bubble wrap this time, which, by the way, I prefer. In my opinion, this is a far superior way to ship than those cardboard things, and they kind of have like a clamshell top on them, which is really nice. Because they're not relying on tape to hold everything together. Okay, so let's pull a couple of those out. Oh, and I think here's my. So there was a section of books on the bottom, and then this was sideways because there wasn't enough room. So I might actually keep those. Keep this maybe. I don't know. I mean, our packaging is pretty bomb-proof, but that's some pretty hefty bubble support. So take a look here. Also, as you guys know, we get CGC to combine return shipments. That's what allows us to send in smaller submissions of like vintage and not have to charge so much more for shipping. CGC briefly tried to basically stop us from being able to do that, but we were able to negotiate with them and so did some special paperwork, and we will be able to continue doing that. So that's good here. So here's our failures. Okay, here's our 3 came back, so you can see. I'm not sure what this means, but this must be the submission number, and then the book number, New Mutants, and I don't know. Just didn't pass. I'd be interested to know what these numbers mean. That's the issue number. That must be the year. I don't know what the AWEL means, but anyways, these 3 did not pass. Now, 2 of them have 56 point backer boards. Like 2 of them look like they're in the bags and boards that I sent. So there's a 56 point board, whatever. And then this 3rd one, it's like they were angry at the 56 point board and they chalked it. I don't know why, but regardless. So these ones we will sell as 9.6s raw, and because we got a lot. I mean, we got tons more of these, so it's not like I need to work some magic on these. So we'll list those raw. Now, first books that we had on top here. Let me just make some room here. Sorry, guys. We have, well, a Spider-Man #1 newsstand edition. And this is the polybag standard, like green label cover in a 9.8. And then one of our 12 New Mutants #1 in a 9.8. Well, now let's get into the big chalk bit. Now, oh, I see what they've done with these new ones. They look like they're, instead of vertically, oh, interesting. So, I'll show this to you guys. So there you go. So there's like this, again, this heavy duty bubble wrap, although the bubbles are popped on this side. Okay. And it's got like a big monster mouth on it. All right. So you pop this thing off and they just keep these together. Just pretty cool. And then obviously there's no spacers in here. Drawback with that is there's no cardboard pieces in here, which we know people love the cardboard pieces. But there is 3, 6, yeah, so there's 10 books inside of one of these chunky pieces. So let's see what we got in here. We have a Invincible #1 yellow foil edition in a 9.8. Obviously, this is not a first print. But you know, even these ones are in high demand in 9.8. And by the way, the cases look good. I was following a new problem that CGC is having with their cases. Doesn't seem to affect us here, but they're calling it the banana case. And it's where the case comes back and it's not straight. It's like it's got a curve in it like a banana. And sometimes that curve can be so dramatic that it actually causes spine ticks on the spine because the spine is too aggressively curved. There is some talk about that being a problem with heat above sea level. That because they're fully encapsulated now, they're fully sealed, there's no airflow. And then if you change to a drastically higher elevation, the pressure change is causing the case to buckle. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I mean, it seems like it's a reasonable possibility. I mean, how else would it get curved? The machine's not inducing the curve, so something else is causing it. Wolverine Wolverine Volume 2 #1 in a 9.8. This is the first Wolverinus patch. A Batman, I think this is Volume 3. Batman Volume 2. Volume 2, #6 in a 9.6. I think this is the first full Court of Owls. In a 9.8, this book, I mean, even in a 9.6, it's worth grading this book. Probably worth it in a 9.4. 9.8 is quite, not super expensive, but, you know, for a modern book, it's expensive. Ascender #1 in a 9.8. Again, this particular book needed to be in a 9.8 to make it worthwhile. But you know, we're pretty good at pre-screening our books. Spider-Man #1 silver. I don't know why I'm not doing this for you guys. Sorry, I know I've got an overhead camera and I just not even using it. Oh, my overhead camera froze out on me. Okay, face cam it is. We'll just leave it on face cam, guys, okay? We'll just do it this way. Overhead camera, I don't know what's going on with you. So, Spider-Man #1 9.8 silver edition. Again, a book that's always in demand. So nice to see that. More paperwork. I don't know. Always paperwork. I don't know why there was separate paperwork for this book, but Infinity #4. This is the Lee variant cover in a 9.8. Again, these books, you really have to look at the market values. Sometimes these modern books that have, you know, decent sales value raw, like maybe that book sells for 25, $30 raw, and you look at it and it's selling in a 9.8 for like 140. Yeah. I don't know why, but that's the way the market works. So you got to take a look at it, especially those variant covers. Um, West Coast Avengers number 94 and a 9.8. War Machine and Darkhawk join the Avengers. This one I was really happy with. I didn't think this one would get as high as it did. So, Savage She-Hulk in a 9.6. And the reason why is, and you know, people always ask about, you know, the age curve and all this kind of stuff. It has a pretty heavy spine tick that you can see is actually, it probably got rebent when it was encapsulated. But I'll see if I can get the camera to focus on this for you guys. Oh, it's gonna see my face. So yeah, right in there. You can kind of see in the center that bend. Okay. We worked that bend out with a manual tool to flatten it out. Obviously, it's compressed again, but that's probably just due to the encapsulation process. But I mean, obviously, there's a color break there, and we did not think that it would grade as high as it did. Plus, there's a little it's gonna be hard to see with this camera, but in the top edge of this book, there's a little discoloration, a slight tanning in the top edge. It's very slight yellowing, but those are things that you know are allowed in older books. So that's good news. Oh, and then we got, this is a customer's book. I'm pretty sure, but they'll be happy with this. So this is the King in Black #1 Golden Apple comic, Virgin edition by Ji Young Lee. You know, beautiful book. The dark reds and black contrasting, obviously, in a 9.8. And then one of our many New Mutant #1 9.8. And it's weird that the yellow is almost showing up a different color on the face cam. Must be the way the lighting comes through. But so I bet you this other bundle then is just all New Mutant #1s 9.8. Let me do a quick look through. And it is just another 10 copies of New Mutants #1 in a 9.8. So that's basically what we have for this batch. We're prepping a vintage submission to go in shortly. So we're going to get that out. So if you've got any vintage books you need sent in, let us know. We can take care of that for you. The New Mutants #1 9.8. We'll be pricing them at whatever 90-day average GPA is. Probably like 110, 120 Canadian, something. I don't know. It's probably around something like that. So that's a good entry level book. If you're looking to expand your slab collection without shelling out a ton of money, we can just message us and we can set you guys up. Other than that, Fan Expo was great. We went for 2 days this year instead of one. Spent a lot of money. Met Art Germ and his manager. They were super nice. We got a whole bunch of books from Art Germ Collectibles. Unfortunately, their shipment pallet of comics was delayed, so there was a little bit of a rough setup on Thursday. And some of their exclusives that were the big book for the show, all of them had corner damage, unfortunately. When they shipped, I don't know, obviously the whole corner of the box got damaged. So we're going to fix up the copies we have, but at best they're going to be 9.4s. But they are signed by Art Germ, and they are the exclusive version foils. So, I mean, they're still going to be in demand, especially with the signature. So we're going to have those up on our site soon as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and we will let you know when the next box is coming out. And hopefully we can get back to making some more actual cleaning and pressing videos. It's just been crazy. We're running so many auctions and claim sales through our Facebook page, Captive Audience Comics on Facebook, that between that and obviously our actual cleaning and pressing. We're not having a lot of time to do instructional videos, but it is something on our on our list to do if we can squeeze in some extra time. So hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time around. Ciao.